Welcome aboard the Every Trade Circular, destination nowhere. This is Every Trade, Behind the Build, episode 54. Tickets please! Good morning and welcome back to Every Trade Behind the Build. It's Thursday and it's sunny in Manchester, which is a bit weird because I've got this raincoat on, but I've gone a bit oasis-y for, is that a word, oasis-y, in tribute to the reuniting of the Gallagher brothers, which I'm buzzing about because I love Oasis. It's weird, you know, you can't not live in Manchester, have some kind of connection to Oasis. My dad went to the same school as Noel and Liam in Burnage. We did a job on the album cover of Definitely Maybe, the living room one where I think Noel's lay down, or it might be Liam. We've done a job in that exact house, and it's exactly how it is now, which was amazing. It used to be Bonehead's house for those that know Oasis. But yeah, looking forward to that. Hopefully going to get tickets on Saturday. My missus is actually going to have to sort it because I am going camping this time with Danny B, but we're going posh camping the last time this year, thank God. But yeah, me and Danny B, the man that shall not be on camera because he's too good looking, his lad and my lad. I'm looking forward to it, to be fair. We have a good time because the lads just get off and me and Danny just get on it. So yeah, looking forward to that. Hopefully the sun is shining like this. Yeah, it seems like a lot of you guys love the yard content, which is amazing because I love actually producing it. I love the yard, but it got me thinking, it blows my mind that, God, when we first started out, the whole idea was to set up like a little handyman business, me and my uncle, and maybe actually selling cars. When I left ITV, I knew I was going to be a dad. I made this big decision to leave my job that I had a degree in that I thought I'd do for the rest of my life, to try something mad that I didn't really have any experience in. And yeah, I was going to try and sell cars, and then we set up this handyman business called The Domestic Genius, and it kind of just went from there to then doing bigger jobs. I thought, you know what, there's actually something in this. So we went at it properly, and the thing is in me, I'd say my ambition far outweighs my ability. However, I do think that is actually one of my strong points, the fact that I could be scared day in, day out. My phone rings and all of these problems, and I'd say almost every day I get a call and it's something that I've never dealt with before. I'm like, whoa, how do I deal with this? But once you've dealt with it, it's then in the experience box, innit? And the next time you deal with it, you're that little bit better off. But yeah, I think a lot of people, someone asked me this morning actually, and said, how do you sleep? And actually at the moment I'm not sleeping great, but that's more about opportunities. There's only certain things that keep me awake at night. Opportunities, and missing out on them and doing them right, or letting people down. I hate the thought of letting people down. I remember after COVID, when it all, like, it was mad. It was like there was so much work out there, but materials went through the roof. Labour was scarcer, so people got pay rises, but we honoured prices. It felt like everyone had said yes to their estimate that we sent before COVID. After COVID, everyone seemed to have money, and I thought, right, I'm going to go with it. Took on, we ended up getting up to like headcount was like up 60 odd tradesmen, like 48 vans. This is before we did the grabs and aggregate thing. And they went mad, but I think we ended up taking on lads that weren't up to the standard that we needed, that we were used to, but just to keep up with demand. And we ended up losing money left, right and centre. And I know we ended up not doing as good a job as we could do because we didn't have the right people. But yeah, it's that's what keeps me awake at night, the thought of doing a bad job, letting people down. I hate the thought of letting people down, and I hate the thought of people criticising our businesses. KTM's the same, Alex is the same, everyone that works for me is the same. And I don't care about people slagging me off, that goes with the territory. I'm really not bothered about that. You know, as long as they're not lying about me. I can't stand people lying about me. But if they're telling the truth, or if I've not done a good job, me personally, I don't enjoy it, but I can deal with it. And I get a bit of jealousy and whatnot, it doesn't bother me. However, I hate the thought of people criticising the businesses. I mean, I feel like I gave birth to this business. I do. It's my baby, it literally is. So yeah, that keeps me awake. But actual things like money and cash flow don't keep me awake, because I'm a problem solver. And yeah, I've got good people around me. Alex, KTM, you know, Danny, just people that will, you know, come up with solutions, positive people. So, and I'm not worried about the things that keep most people awake at night. So yeah, I don't, but it is the thought of letting people down that keeps me awake. And opportunities, this yard, it keeps me awake because I'm just so excited about it. I can see the potential. I can see what we could miss out on if we don't get it right. So yeah, but yeah, I've got to go off on some mad tangents. This is what I mean. I love this, just talking to camera, and I'm glad I've come back to it because I love Hollywood. I'm really relaxed in his company, but I just sometimes feel like I don't want to go on long rants because he might get bored or not want to hear it or whatever. Whereas in the car, I can just be myself and just literally just let it out. It's therapy, and hopefully some of you guys can pick picks up on, and you know, or enjoy it, or you know, can see your problems in me and maybe get confidence and reassurance knowing that you're not on your own. But yeah, what am I doing today? So I'm going to go to the office because I love spending time with the guys. We call it our office like Biker Grove. Don't know if you remember Biker Grove. It's like a youth club sometimes. We just have a proper catch up, talk about what we did the night before and stuff, and then get back down to business. And I love it. So I'll go and check in with them, and then I'm going to head over to either the yard or Project 849. Wow, it's sunny bright. Project 849 and see what's happening there. Because we haven't got long left and the pressure is on now. So like I say, Sean Bizzo is well on that, and he's a great guy, and he cares about my business like it's his own business. And you know, he's we've been through a lot together, me and the biz, but I'm gonna go there, see what's what. But if not, I'll go to the yard. Either way, I will take you guys with me along for the ride, as my boys Dave and Stevie say. So yeah, let's have a good end to the week. So I'm in HQ with the boys. TB, our kid, just in case you get mixed up, that's Jay, that's Thomas. I know they look very alike. I don't know if that's an insult or a compliment. Who for?
Insult for me, compliment for Jay.
So yeah, I was meant to be going out on site, but I've had to get into a few things in the office now. But over at the yard, we're doing some concreting. We're putting a fence line up, albeit probably temporary, semi-temporary, like kind of 10-year temporary. We've got some site fencing that's actually really strong, but we're going to actually concrete it, the base to the ground. We've done that before and it's stood the test of time. And we've got our friends in, the Ray boys, who look after us on concrete. They've been great for me because they've already been in the aggregate game, the plant game. They're also builders as well. I'm now into concrete, but they've given me loads of help and advice where a lot of the old boys wouldn't help a new starter in. So what it's meant is we've supplied them, they've supplied us, and we've helped each other out loads. So today they're down at the yard with their beautiful volumetric, doing a little bit of concreting for us. So let's take a look. Whoa, this is a vicious angle, but as I say, I'm not gonna let my vanity get in the way of making good content. So I'm at my desk, and I know that some of you guys like a bit of the admin desk action. So what I'm doing at the moment, which I'm not sure if you can see, but I've had Danny do me a full matrix of all the suppliers of aggregate, stone, cement, sand, everything that we're going to stock the new yard with. And it's amazing the variation across all the suppliers, because we can save up to like £10 a ton just by buying one thing from one supplier and something else from another supplier. So what Danny has done, we've got accounts at all these places, and we've got their price list based on sending us there to collect it, sending a truck to collect it, and also them delivering what they call direct to site, i.e. to our yard. So what I'm now going to do is develop that out and highlight the best places to get each item from. So for example, we've got one place that's by miles the cheapest for type 1 MOT, another place that's the cheapest for grit sand, someone else that's the cheapest for 10mm gravel, someone else is cheapest for ballast, and someone else is cheapest for building sand. So that's 5 different suppliers that we've had to get terms with, set up accounts with, and we're going to obviously use them as and when we need those individual items. But this is a new thing for us because it's basically retail. We've not really been in retail, we've been a service provider. You know, all our stuff's been on price. That's our price to do a job. It's as simple as that. Whereas this, you've got to really have your finger on the pulse, because the aggregate prices are commoditized and they'll change up and down all the time. If you want to be my friend and you know really good suppliers of aggregates, anything like that in the Manchester, Cheshire area, then let me know. Or if you are a quarry or whatever, you can give me a wholesale price, get in touch, because I'm quite a good person to owe a favour. You know, for someone to owe you a favour, I'll always try and help. I'm very loyal, so I'll always try and help people that have helped me, and I don't forget. And there's a lot of people that have helped me in the past that I've helped out back will say that I don't forget favours. But yeah, if you are a supplier, you know good suppliers, then let me know. Hit me up either in the comments. No, don't do it in the comments because everyone else will see. Hit me up on our Instagram page, which is every_trade. So yeah, better go, my mum's ringing. But yeah, interesting exercise this. So there's something I have been debating, talking about to you guys for a long time. An incident that happened nearly 2 years ago. And to be honest with you, I've blocked it out of my mind now, but it's kind of reared its ugly head again this week. What happened was, now I never fall out with tradesmen. I try my hardest. You can't get through business and life and not have disagreements, especially in this industry where you're dealing with tradesmen and sometimes you've got egos and all sorts. But basically, we used a subcontractor tiler. Now it's someone we'd used before. Ironically, he's a really good tiler. I was away and we'd used him previously, but we were up against it. And the guys booked him to do a couple of bathrooms on a student job for us. And they emailed me whilst I was away and said, would you have your objections? I said, I really don't want to use him, but if you have to, use him. But I knew what he was like because he's quite well known amongst other builders for storming off site, turn up to site, not turn up to site, turn up to site and say he's going to do it, not doing it, finding reasons not to do it. But he is a good tiler. And at the time, we were massively under pressure to get a job done. Anyway, long story short, they booked him whilst I was off, and he came to do 2 bathrooms, and they weren't quite ready for him. When I say they weren't ready for him, they weren't, there you go, there's a bathroom, get it tiled. The lads were still messing about on one of the walls. He could have got in, started one wall, and by the time he'd done that wall, he would have been at the rest of the bathroom. Anyway, he left site, spat his dummy out. The project manager called him, got him back. He started, did a couple of rows, and then disappeared again. Didn't hear anything of him. So then it was about 2 weeks later. I didn't really know about it. I wasn't surprised. We got somebody else in, job got finished. But then he put an invoice in for 2 days. Now, I'm a really fair person, but I won't be mugged off. And I said, look, I'm not paying you I'll give you half a day, because you worked for a couple of hours and arguably it wasn't ready, but you could have done it, but whatever. He's like, no, I want 2 days. I was like, look, I'm not going to mention his name for obvious reasons. Yada, yada, yada. I'm not paying you. Like I say, I'm fair, but I won't be mugged off. I don't care. I am not the biggest lad in the world. I'm rubbish in a fight, quite a fast runner, which has helped over the years, but I won't be pushed about by anyone tradesman-wise because I'm fair. So if I show fairness, I want it in return. Anyway, long story short, he sent some threats. This is all through Facebook Messenger, actually, because I'd blocked his number. So it's basically saying he's going to come down, smash the vans up, yada, yada, all this stuff. And my experience is, people that say they're going to do it don't normally do it. So I was quite relaxed, left it, and I said, whatever, mate. I said, look, I'm not paying you, this is what you're getting, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, lo and behold, about half an hour later, he turns up here. Now, we've got some footage of it, and we've blurred his face out for obvious reasons, because I'm not going to throw the guy under the bus. Anyway, turns out we were arguing back and forth. I was at this window. We also had a few of the lads. KTM was there, a couple of guys that don't work here anymore. There were a couple of handy lads were here, and a couple of the tradesmen, 𝗕𝗟𝗓, who you know, and the dig actually, we'd sort of given the heads up, and they were driving over as fast as they could, just in case he turned up. The lock downstairs is on a code, so it's locked anyway, so he couldn't get in. Anyway, he's kicking the door down there. I couldn't believe it. Anyway, I was just saying, look, you're being stupid. Cameras are here, don't ruin your life. Don't be stupid. And next thing, he brings his hammer out. I'm like, nah. And literally, lo and behold, he starts smashing one of the pickups up. And smashed the headlights, I think he hit it 3 times, one on the near side, one on the other side, and caused quite a bit of damage. So I wasn't bothered by that because it's metal. I thought, you're an idiot, you're gonna get in trouble. At that point there, we were already ringing the police. So I thought there was like 4 or 5 of us up here. We probably could have gone down and filled him in, but not me, I would have been at the back. I would have supervised. However, he had no check, pointless, but he was throwing his hammer about. So I told the guys not to bother. One of my lads was fuming. He really wanted to go down. Anyway, so he did that. Next thing, I wasn't bothered. I said, look, mate, the police are on the way. You're going to get in trouble. Why are you doing this to yourself? You got a family. So I was trying to actually help him from himself. Next thing he said, I know where you live. And he gave my address. And he said, I know you've got kids. And I'm going to burn your house down with your kids in it. And my head just went then. And my heart was pounding. And then next thing, he pulls a knife out. He had a knife, a Stanley knife. So I was like, anyway, we told the police, literally, lo and behold, fair play to the police. We could hear the sirens whilst he was still here, and he legged it. At that point, my head had gone because he threatened my kids and all that. My head had just gone. And bear in mind, he'd done what he said he was going to at this point by turning up the hammer. And one of my lads, anyway, chased him in a van. The police had got him, but he'd gone. And they blocked him down there. He'd legged it off, but my guy, fair play to him, blocked him in. Anyway, the police had got him, dragged him out, and he had a hammer, he had a knife, which is annoying. The police were good, they were all right, but long story short, you know, he threatened to cause criminal damage, but he also threatened to murder my family, and they had it all on the camera. But they charged him, he basically admitted criminal damage, and they didn't pursue him on the other thing. And the knife, they said, oh, it's a Stanley knife, he's a tiler, you can't prove that he was going to use it with intent. So, anyway, long story short, he got charged. He owned up in court, fair enough, and they awarded about £2.5 in damages for the van, but he was paying a £5 a week. Anyway, he paid it for like 6 weeks, not had a penny since. I've been emailing the courts saying there's nothing they can do about it. And then actually about 6 months ago, I took Parker to a football match. Lo and behold, he's there, and his lad was playing on the same team. I was like, what? Anyway, he came up to me, and I thought, and I just said it straight with him. I said, look, I was trying to help you that day. He massively apologised, said he had personal issues. He's been seeing someone to get it sorted. I said, look, it's done. Forget it. I don't hold grudges. You obviously had a bad time in your life. You've now got a criminal record. What's the point? But why aren't you paying for the damage you caused? Because, you know, you damaged the van. He's like, I'm paying. I've just got to go to court to sort it back out. And I emailed the courts about 3 weeks ago. Got a reply this morning. And they're saying basically they've been chasing him. They can't get the money. What is mad? The guy's emailed in a few times asking for work. And a few of my other pals have had issues with him. I say, I don't hold grudges. He's a dad. He's obviously gone through a dark period. If he'd talked to me, I would have helped him out. But yeah, it's a mad situation, but it just proves, like, I've had arguments before. I won't let anyone do bad work. I won't pay for bad work, but I'll always be fair with people. I've been going 15 years. People know where I live. I'm just not that type of person. I'm always fair with people, but I won't be mugged off. And I've had threats before. Pretty much everyone has in this game, especially when you employ a lot of people, tradesmen. You know, I fell out with people, but that is the first time that it got to that point and it basically became violent. I'm not sure what would happen if one of us had gone down to talk to him and he had a hammer and a knife because his head had gone. But it just goes to show. So yeah, he's not paid, and apparently the courts can't do anything. They just send, what do they call them, enforcement officers to pursue him, and maybe they can repossess some goods, but it shows that the law isn't really there to protect him. He can go around causing all that damage and not have to pay for it. But yeah, they said they'd never let it go, and they'll always pursue him. They can do attachment to earnings and things like that. But yeah, mad world, innit? Could have basically got a hammer around the napper for half a day's tiling, 2 rows. Good tiling though. But anyway, yeah, thought I'd just it's not all roses in this game. Busy at the moment, love it. Labour plan coming back to normal. Normally, when it's holiday season, we've got a lot of blue on here, which means holidays. We've got some, oh, it's gone to yellow. Oh, it's not as good. Oh, that's because it's a bank holiday. Whew. But yeah, that's this week. We've got full systems go with everyone back and firing. It's literally 1 or 2 on holiday, which is good. That's it for Thursday at HQ. Tomorrow I'll be out on site. I'm going to try and go to 849 and also go to the yard because I know that you guys love the yard. See you tomorrow. Good morning, it's Friday and I am at my happy place, sat on top of a 14-ton machine, surrounded by piles of mud. But you know what? The sun's shining and that makes all the difference. This yard is such a better, more easier place to work when the sun is shining. So what's happening in the yard? Well, the Dig and the boys are trying to get rid of that bus. Basically, it's the owner, the landlord, his mate stores it there as a favour. I had this mad idea about buying it and turning it into offices. You know, Asheville's got a locomotive, I've got an old bus. It's probably about right, isn't it? However, he wants crazy dough for it, so we're not going to do that. So the boys are trying to get it going and get it out. Dale has one mad job here at Every Trade. One day he's on a machine, one day he's servicing the van. Today, he's trying to get a double-decker bus started and get it moved. But that's the best way in it. Variety is the spice of life. So yeah, the boys are cracking on here, trying to clear that pile down. What we did with the backyard, we got a 6-week, I said 6 months in a previous episode, but it's 6-week rent-free period that we agreed with the landlord. And in that, part of the deal was that gives us the time to get rid of that mound. I don't know whether we've over-egged it, underestimated it or what, but the boys are on it and it is happening. We've got cousin Alex on the 3-tonner crushing. So we're just trying to keep on top of that. They're ordering 40 tonne a day. So my aim at the moment is just to keep on top of that. We've processed a bit of 6F2 for the Ray boys as well. There's not as much money in 6F2, but I'm doing it as a favour to them. And also, I'm just experimenting to see how fast the crusher can get through it. You can crush it a bit faster, so that's happening. Here's Dale now, back from his bush duties. Me and Dale are going to look at a job in a minute and hopefully try and sort that. I might take you there shortly. So that's, I've got a busy Friday, and I've got to finish quite early today because I'm camping again with Danny B. Our boys, taking our boys, we go every year. It's been great because we've seen our boys grow up every year. So yeah, busy Friday, lots to pack in. Talking of being busy, 849, we've now got, I think, 9 days until handover there. So that is chaos at the moment. What I'm a bit worried about, the Bizzle has got a stag do with Tom, our heating engineer, this weekend. He says it'll be sound for Monday, but I'm a bit worried. So yeah, let's go and have a look over there and see what progress we're making. So, what people that have got yards will know is that these bad boys are precious cargo. I didn't realise how much they were. When we first set up and got a bit of a yard together, I bought 50 from my mate Scott at 𝗕𝗏𝗟𝗃, and they were brilliant, absolutely like crème de la crème. But then I did the deal with Dave from D&J Projects that he was going to take our crusher in return for some blocks, and Dave still is going to sort me some more out because he ended up having the crusher for quite a while. But I said to Dave, I don't really want to lean on him and make that, even though I do business with him, make that a part of our friendship, because we didn't really agree how long we'd have the crusher for and how many blocks I would take. But he said, no, I'm going to sort you some out, so he's getting some ready for us. But in the interim, I've been speaking to the boys at Midas Aggregates over in Yorkshire. The top lads there. They've been really helpful, really complimentary. Sam, one of the guys that runs it, knows the industry back to front and has been really generous with his knowledge. But these, price-wise, it's a new venture for them. They're really good value. It's a bit of a killer in that the blocks themselves were cheaper than I've seen them anywhere. However, it's the transport getting them here which is a bit of a killer. But they actually use some kind of recycled ash or something in the mix. I mean, Sam will probably correct me on this, and it basically means they can do that a little bit cheaper. But yeah, so we've ordered 28. They dropped the first 14 off today. I don't know if there's another load coming back this afternoon or Monday. But yeah, I'm gonna need absolutely shed loads. So if anybody's got any spare, or anybody's got anyone to get rid of or whatever, or I'm gonna keep buying from Sam, Dave's gonna keep sorting me out. But for this new yard, I literally want them round the perimeter because I think that is a gold standard way of setting the yard up. Maybe at some point I'll think about trying to make them myself, but the scale at which I need them and the time it takes if you're not set up for it doesn't really make sense. But yeah, these concrete interlocking blocks, they're precious cargo, man. Need loads of them. I can't believe I love these as well. I'm obsessed with trying to find these. That's yard life. But yeah, the yard, it's hard to say. I really want to show you the build, and that will happen. But at the moment, operating it and trying to clear that monster pile is the priority, and just getting it set up to a minimum viable product, which I've talked about before. I know what I want this yard to be like long term, and I want it absolutely like bang on. Yeah, everything has a reason, everything has a flow, health and safety, bang on everything, but to get to that point, it's going to take tens of thousands of pounds, more kit, more staff, and we just can't fund that from cash flow. It's ridiculous to do that, and I don't want to take out a big loan to do it. So what we're going to do is just get it working and get it viable bit by bit, week by week. We're having a heavy push on it now, but we're also getting products out as well to try and pay for the lads and the machine and the diesel that's here right now. But long term, it's going to be amazing, and I love the idea of bringing it on the channel, and the fact that you guys are reacting really well to it, the majority. Since we've been putting out this yard content, the views have shot up and subscribers have shot up, so yeah, I love it. I'm still on pins though, because I keep hearing all these bangs and I'm worried that someone's going to get hurt or something, so I need to chill out, but yeah, all good. Love it. So I'm just looking around here. This is where we used to crush into, but we've moved that over there. But what we've done to sort that order out for the Ray boys, we've made some 6F2 here, which I think they wanted about 32 tonne. I think they're coming to get it on Monday now. They were meant to be getting it yesterday, but their job got pushed back. But I am really going to need to weigh up what we do with this big pile, because it's just getting bigger. The more we go through that pile, the crush is piling up. So it's good stuff as well. It's nice and clean because we're pre-screening it. I think what I'm going to do is hire a bigger crusher, maybe a J40, J45 or something like that, just to get this down. I don't want to double handle it because I'm nervous that a J45 won't get the 40mm down product that we want to make. That's what we want. I want to make that recycled MOT, a little bit of 6F2. But I know like the Ray boys, they use the bigger crushers to make 6F2 because that's their market. They've got haulies that come in and they sell it as soon as they crush it. So yeah, I need to have a little think about that. But yeah, it's a bit of a conundrum. What do you guys reckon I should do here? Or if any of you boys have got cheap access to a bigger crusher, bigger than ours, and want to do a deal on hire, I've been speaking to like the big boys like BMW and a few of the other sort of plant hire companies about getting one over. So I've got access to one if I need it. I could have one here tomorrow, but yeah, I kind of want to save activities in the yard that when it rains we can crush, when it's nice we can screen, you know, but it's just mayhem at the moment. We're fighting for space even though we've got this big yard. But yeah, it's a good problem to have though, because I know people are desperate for clean, hardcore. So I just need to get on selling it. So any ideas you guys can think of to help me sell more of this recycled, hardcore, screened soil and other primary aggregates. I mean, I'm not that bothered about the primary because it's there because people want it, but I'm not that bothered. That sort of takes care of itself. We don't hold loads of that. We kind of just, I can get 20 tonne delivered this afternoon if I need it, so I'm not worried about that. It's more of this recycled bit. I'm really interested in the whole recycling play. So yeah, if you've got any ideas or you've got any contacts, drop it in the comments or hit me up on the Insta, every_trade, and I do come back to, I want to be one of them YouTubers, not that I'm a YouTuber, but one of them people on YouTube or whatever, a business owner that helps people as much as I can, that responds to my messages. I know what it's like. I mean, I've messaged a few YouTubers, some have come back to me, others haven't, and it's fine, they're busy. You know, I know sometimes it ends up in their message request folders, that's life, whatever, but I want to be someone that's accessible. And if I haven't replied to your message, I'll get round to it. I've got quite a few I'm just working my way through, but if you want to reach out to me and have a chat, if I can give you advice or you want to give me advice, then reach out. Over in Liverpool, Alex is pretty stressed. I've just been on the phone to him actually. This is really where it's kind of like do or die. We've got Project Adelaide very close to being ready. We've got tenants moving in imminently and we need to get it pictured, videoed, etc. But it's still not finished. But we've got a few days to get it boxed off. I think it's going to be a busy weekend for Alex. So yeah, over to Alex.
So today we're back on Liverpool and it's raining outside, but Project Adelaide flying along, to be honest with you, compared to when you last seen it on the channel to what it is now. Loads has been done, and this is our final week before we've got tenants moving in and we've got finished photos getting done. There's a couple of things that have happened outside as well. You remember me and Christine were standing here discussing what we were going to do. You know, there's a bit of crap in the way. You can see what's happened now. Now I was going to show you. You've done outside here now, haven't you?
Yes, just need to seal it again, which is same again, 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗃𝗟.
Weather what?
𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗃𝗟, no? Calling.
What's that mean?
Hát about the weather.
Oh, weather permitting. Oh, so you mean you need it to be dry?
Yes, dry day.
So the Virgin are coming tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Got the text, didn't you? Yeah. So we've got all Virgin coming as well. So what we do as well in our houses is we wire everything up inside, and literally when Virgin come, they've just got to drill through into the basement and do the connection. All the cables are sent to the tellies and where they need to go, so they don't do it. Where the router's going, they don't wire to. We've already done it beforehand, so that they're not clipping their cables along our skirting board or on show inside the property. So we'll do it all first with our data guy, and then we'll get them to just go into the basement to do the final connections, and that's it. Dead easy. So they're in and out quite quick, then they're not messing around doing installs. It's raining bad then, so outside then what have you got to do now? Just a step to finish off?
Just finalizing now everything. We received the IKEA stuff for the bathrooms, so we put it on today.
Sound.
And just finalizing
outside,
everything.
Back done? It's got not sealed it then? No,
we've not sealed it yet.
So you've got that to seal, step to finish?
Step to finish. Plastic after the steps we need to finish.
Tommy coming today?
So yeah, he's been booked in on today, but he's not turned up yet, so need to check. He might be forget us.
Sound. So yeah, so you'll see, obviously electrician's done all of his bits. Kev, data lad, put the cameras in, TV boosters. As I say, we put cameras on all of our properties, so every single one of our houses has got a camera on the front and on the back. We've got more CCTV footage than the council in Kenny Fields and in Wavertree. I'm telling you, like, we can see what goes on at any point in time. When we have problems with tenants or problems with neighbours, we're straight on it. We can see what's going on. If there's a party that we've been informed about, we can literally go on. It's got audio, so all our cameras have got audio, so you can hear everything as well. So if they're being too loud outside and there's a report of loud noise, we can tell how loud they are just by looking at the footage. If there's a false report been put through, we can put the evidence forward and say it's not our property. So as I say, there's the DVR for it there. There's the TV boosters. All the TVs have got normal television as well as being smart. And then when I was speaking before about the Virgin will do their connection somewhere here and come through to the cables with our cables.
I think this is it. This is the last one.
That's it, yeah. So they'll just connect onto there. Literally do one connection wherever they want to put it, and then it'll go through. It'll go through into where we're putting the router, which the router goes up inside. The reason why we don't put the router down here and we put the router upstairs into a more accessible position, even though it's accessible down here, is just because it keeps it away from all that. So if there's a problem with the internet, the tenant's The tenant's first port of call is to go to the router, and you know what they're going to do? Just switch those switches. So if they come down and the router's there, they'll just mess around with all of that. So we remove that from them, put it upstairs in another cupboard out the way. Let's say just behind Niall, and then we will send them there, or they'll go themselves. They can turn it on and off. It's the only thing that's there for them to mess with, to try and get the internet back on and off if there is a problem with it. But most of the time, there isn't. But as I say, yeah, good little setup that we do. Dead easy for the lads to work on. Same with the plumbing with the boiler. So now, in the future, any servicing that we need to do on the boilers or on the testing side, on anything to do with that, the lads can come down dead easy. All down he's been fireboarded now, as you can see. Just need to seal them gaps, that, don't you?
Seal it, yeah. Safe and joint it.
Need to seal the gaps up so it's fully fire. Or even you get firemaster in.
I got some left.
Nice little bit of ventilation, what Christian's done, and you got a vent, haven't you?
The vent.
So looking good, and then you've got them vents at the front as well, haven't you?
Yes.
You could do cutting that back a bit there, mate.
Yes, that's a plan. I want to put it back, giving better ventilation for the basement. But we can see now.
And you want to take this away?
Yes, take them off the way. But we can see now, Alex, absolutely, after the ventilation starting to dry.
Yeah.
Started to dry now.
As I say, because there was a gap at the front as well, the water was just gushing in when it was raining. And then it started to dry. I know the air doesn't even smell bad anymore, especially with the fan on. Because it's taking the negative air out and the positive air is coming in that way, so it's flowing through, which is nice. They're on now, yeah?
Yes, it's all on now.
Oh.
It's all on now.
So yeah, so the furniture's obviously in, as you can see. In the rooms now, the LED lights on as well, I'll show you in a sec. But we're just waiting for the master man to come. We'll have to pull the furniture out the way, and then we're going to master round all the gap. You can see you just get gaps like that, which it just doesn't look nice, and when you silicone them up, it just makes a total different job. It makes it well better. Obviously it seals it as well, so if you do have any spillage or leaks off the radiators or tenants are spilling drinks, it won't run underneath. It'll stay on the floor. The floor is waterproof as well, so it will hold the water to give you a chance to clean it up. So as I say, yeah, there, but look at these lights. So there's our lights anyway. See them there now, yeah? So normally, as I say, the tenants stick fairy lights all around the rooms, multicoloured ones, because they want to make the room different colours. So now we've done it for them, and we fitted the headboards on the wall, and we put the lights behind to give us that nice little effect there. As I say, we did want to put them into the ceiling, but we've ended up going for that instead because it was a little bit quicker, a little bit cheaper, and because we were under tight time scales to get the job done, we went for that instead. But good though, isn't it? Mm-hmm. So now we're just going to fix them on the walls then.
That's why you're waiting, Alex. What you think? Put it on somewhere.
Yeah, we're going to have to fix them. So they come with a little bit of a back in case, so we fixed them on the walls, like next to the bed, so they know. I think if you try and put them there, like that.
Okay, same level like a socket. Looks like same
level
size.
Like the sockets, yeah.
Yeah, same size like the sockets.
Good them though, mate. When we went through the lights, there was a lighting track as well that we were going to use, and we opted not to use it just to get a bit more brightness out of it. But when you walk in the room there, you can see this one, so I think we need to put the track just on that little level there, just to take your eye off it.
Over it, yeah.
But yeah, so as I say, looking good. Just waiting for the blinds to come now. Blinds are booked in today to get fitted, same with the carpets for the stairs. Mirrors are on. Just got to get the tellies here, get the tellies on. This week's our final week to get finished, and we are going to be done, aren't we? Easy. Niall is back in Friday, so...
For finalising the job. Mm. Yeah, we finished by Friday, I think.
Painters are saying they're going to be done today anyway downstairs. They're just in the main kitchen bit. But upstairs here now, all these rooms are more or less done. Just needs the little final bit putting on, what Christine's just mentioned, and then a final clean down, and then that's it, ready for dressings, then to dress up. That little headboard looks like it's on an angle there.
Yes, looks like it's not been hooked.
The tile is just tile in the step outside. There's a tile that's come loose on the hallway as well that we need to fix. And then there's bits of boxing ins that have been made in the toilet. Yeah, so downstairs we're definitely going to have to put the track in, I think, but this one, once it goes on, it might be alright. But what happened when the headboards and all that come last week, there was a slight mismeasure on one side. It was this side was too low on the pitch, so we had to send them back. It wasn't down to any of our lads or nothing. It was just a supplier miscommunication with the guy who was making them up. So once these headboards come, the replacements, Christine will bang them on. Painters have just got a few more bits to paint in. They're going to touch them windows up, aren't you? He's not screwed them back, has he?
But he left the screws.
For us to screw?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I don't know. I find the bag of screws. Probably that's why he left it.
He's just left them on. Yeah. That's Kev again, Data Kev. He's put the TV points on. He's not screwed them back, but left the screws for Christian to screw them back. Overall, the job is near enough there now. It's just the final bits. Like, you obviously know all them stickers to come off, don't you?
Stickers. As soon as I put on the controllers, I want to heat up a bit because it's better for lose the stickers on heat.
So we'll get that done. We might just have to get a temporary controller as well for the heating again, because we're still waiting.
I got it.
The temporary one?
No.
Oh, you can use that one, can't you?
Yeah, you pass it.
So yeah, so we use the Inspire. A few people have asked us on the channel actually, what heating controls do we use, and we use Inspire. But at the moment, they've just upgraded to a new generation, which is like a touchscreen one. But for some reason, they're having problems with the supplier, and the lead time at the minute is like 8 weeks. It was 4 weeks, it's gone to 8 weeks now, so we're waiting. So what we've been doing is, because we've been ordering a couple for a couple of houses, we've just been putting them on that need and priority. So we've ordered one for another property that's come, but we're going to use on need instead. So Yeah, alright, Army.
Yeah, I'll show you.
So just check the headboards as well, they're on the way. They're coming today, so they'll be on. So other than that, it's looking good, isn't it? There's the Inspire heating controls that we use. There's the new one now, obviously it's all touchscreen now, so if anyone knows them, it used to be all buttons and like a little digital screen. But what it enables you to do as a landlord is lock off certain aspects of the control. So like, if you don't want them to change the heating to a certain level, then you can just lock it off. Or if you want them to not be able to boost it, you can turn off loud in here today, innit? Kick it off. And even though you can do it on Nest, Nest is not as good as with Inspire. We've fitted loads of Nest over the years, haven't we? And at the minute we're swapping them all out for these because they keep breaking down and having major problems with them, which causes downtime with the heating, which is, you know, not good for us, not good for the tenants, and not good for Christian because he's going out there trying to deal with it. But these are just bulletproof for us. We've never had an issue with any one of them, have we? And you can control them all on one dashboard, so literally you can have as many properties you want on one dashboard, control them from the office or your phone. If someone's phone's up or reports a maintenance issue, straight on your phone, find out if it's what the temperature is, what's working, what's not working, look at the graph, see when it's gone off, and you can do everything without even coming to the property. You can even phone them up, the tenants, and speak to them and say, look, well, I'll boost it for you now, or I will increase it, lower it, do a couple of different things without even having to go. But it also shows you if there's a problem straight away, then you know then, right, we need to send someone there, because if it's feeding no information back, then you know there's an issue. But they're the best. Yeah, so this is the problem sometimes when you get your furniture delivered a little bit too early when you're not fully finished. But as I say, we had no choice. We did leave the wraps on as well. Just the lads' pants and that, when they're working, sitting on it, they just get them dirty. So it's not like a brand new mattress anymore. It's still new, but it gets marked down on the inventory, and we're quite particular, especially me, in making sure we give a room over fully clean, brand new. You can see the little blowhole there that we've done, trying to find it, because it got plastered in, didn't it? But what you're going to do is throw a bit of filler in there or something. Yeah, fill it back. Just to cover it, it doesn't really matter about painting it, does it? Just fill it in. And again, this one was the same, it was a mismeasure on the headboard. That side was wrong, same as the one in the other room. But we're just waiting for a phone call in a moment to find out when they're coming to us, because the sofa for downstairs is coming at the same time. So I'm hoping it all comes tomorrow. Because the screws aren't long enough, Christian. That's right. Hi, mate.
Oh, hello, Alex. You okay?
All good.
From Castle.
You okay, mate?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. I just wanted to give you the buzz just to run over, obviously, what's going on at the moment with this bloody company and that.
Yeah.
So basically, I've spoken to Jay. I sent him a big kick-off email telling him it's ridiculous, blah blah blah. So get shit together, basically. He's come back apologising, saying it's nothing really to do with him, it's with the hosting company. Yeah. So I've been on the phone with the hosting company, and they've said because we've transferred the domain name out of 𝗕𝗨𝗚𝗟𝗗, the website and the emails no longer work, which is absolutely bizarre because no other company I've ever used in my life works that way, but it's what they're saying they require. So I've been on the phone to their support. They've said they can get backups of all the emails. Yeah. But obviously what we want to do is move away from 𝗕𝗨𝗚𝗟 and get you on your own stuff. Yeah. So if it's okay with you, what I'm going to do is get a backup of all the emails.
So there, I've just had a call. So we've got a team and now we're dealing with all our websites and stuff like that, and all domains and marketing campaigns that we're doing online. And we've changed, or we've took the ownership of the domain for Preferred Joinery over to ourselves, because we're setting up a new website in the background, which is going to supersede the existing one, which is not the best. But what they've done is, the previous company have spat the dummy out a little bit, and they've just shut down our emails, shut down the website as it is now. So they've removed our hosting, and they've removed our email hosting as well. So website hosting and email hosting. And even though it's two different companies, that we with 𝗕𝗨𝗚𝗟𝗗 aren't really the best, in my honest opinion. You're better off with Gmail or with Office 365, depending on what you use in your company. But yeah, they shut it all down, and over the weekend I could see somewhere like it, and obviously coming in first start of the week we found out there's a problem. So they've been back and forth with them, trying to get them to reopen it so we can use the emails, but they're just not having none of it, being hard work. So they're sorting it now, and we're going to obviously bring it all over, which is what we wanted to do anyway. But it's just that we've got a bit of downtime now, whereby everything's down. We've got no communication coming in or out, which is a bit of an issue. So they're going to get on it today and it'll be fixed. So the reason why we picked them is because it matches that. So it looks like a full-on splashback comparison to the worktop. We're all blended in as one. So it's done now. When are you going to do that in?
Just the window seal left.
Yeah.
The window seal left, yeah. just been short the tire, about 2 tires shorter.
Yeah, so another thing that we do is tile the windowsills, because what happens is when people have got drinks or bleach and stuff like that, and they put it on, or washing up liquid, they put on the timber sills, and it just picks the paint up every single year. So every year then Wes, painter, is having to paint it all in and get it back to normal. So what we do is we just tile every single sill that's in the kitchen to stop it from happening for maintenance. Tables in, innit?
Tables is in. Yeah, this is just a concrete finish at the minute.
So you want to make it dark then?
Charcoal, that's what I'm using.
Oh yeah.
I'm using the charcoal color. Just nicely blend it in.
So in here today, I'm just looking out carnage behind the camera. Most of the lads don't want to go on camera, so we can't really show you, but there's loads going on, and I'm looking at that thing now. There's loads to do still, but it's going to be done, innit?
Done. We keep push out everyone now.
It'll be done. So yeah, so on this one now, as I say, once all the lads are finished out and we come through, clean down, get the photo and videos, you're not going to see this house again in this state. The next time you'll see it is when me and Niall are getting our show pictures done. We'll probably show you a little bit around at that point in time, and then after that you'll see it once it's fully finished, and you see the show reel again like we did on Project Albert. So yeah, so for now, I'm going to hand you back over to Manchester, and then I'll take it from here.
So you saw yesterday that the boys have now got this perimeter fencing up. Now, it's probably not what we're going to use long term. I think my dream long term would be to have the concrete blocks right round the perimeter and built 4 or 5 high. However, we've had this from previous jobs. I've bought a job lot of it because we use it when we're setting up the bigger sites, and it is quite strong. What we've done is we put it on the feet, but we've also concreted them in, so it's pretty strong. It's not going anywhere. It's going to take something to push it over. We've done it elsewhere in the yard. So what I think we're going to do is leave that for now until, see how it goes, and see how, when we start making some money, well, maybe we'll get some proper fencing up. But the idea is with this part of the yard, it's going to be kept clear because we want to use it purely for processing. The idea is that the trucks, the tippers will come in here, tip off, and then it'll go into a processing where we'll make all the different products. The central part of the yard will be the cleaner primary aggregate where we'll keep the aggregates, and then the front top yard over there is going to be the more custom area, Dale's area, parking, etc. That's the plan for now anyway. So yeah, really happy with the progress that we're making in the yard. I say that every time, but I literally dream about this yard, and I was speaking to the dig and he's the same. He's keeping me awake at night. We were chatting at like 1 in the morning this morning, so yeah, it's amazing. I feel like we're just building something, and we're going to build it right, and you're going to get to see it all come together. So yeah, let me know what you're thinking. Let me know if you like the yard content. Right, me and Dale are going to go and look at another job. If I can find a DJI, I don't know where I put it, I'll bring that to you, and if not, we'll bring it on Wednesday. But it's a nice little job at a school, actually. We're helping a school out, so yeah, love it. So I do honestly feel like dreams are coming true here. Ever since I've been a kid, all I've wanted is my own business, my own way of making a product that I'm selling. I didn't for a minute think it'd be in aggregates and plant and recycling and things like that, but yeah, you actually are witnessing someone's dreams come true. So I'm going to give it my best shot. Me and Alex, we've got big plans. We're going to work as hard as we can, always be honest, always tell the truth, try and look after people on the way, and you guys are going to hopefully see it come together. Win, lose or fail. Win, I reckon, because we don't give up on things. But I hope telling that story about the incident with the guy, the Tyler and the van, I don't want him persecuted. I've tried to I've made my peace with him, even though, I'm still annoyed. I want him to pay what he owes and stuff like that. But I don't want him. He obviously was ill at the time, and we all have bad patches in life. I've been there, it's just what happens. But yeah, I don't want to reach out to him. I don't want to speak to him now. I just want him to pay what he owes, and that'll be that. And hopefully he's got the help he needs. But I want to talk warts and all about everything that happens in this business, and I wanted to bring that to your attention. And but yeah, that's it for another week at Every Trade. I'm happy. It's good, and I'm loving bringing it to you guys, and I'm really glad that you guys are enjoying the yard content. Have a great rest of Sunday. Have a great start to next week. I hope you're making loads of money, spending time with your family. I'm off camping now, as I've said. That is what life is all about. I will see you guys on Wednesday.